Hello, Chelsea fans. How y'all doing? I am doing spectacular. I know you guys are doing spectacular too because we just beat West Ham, got the 3 points, and now we are sitting at fourth pretty comfortably, to say the least. Even though we're not exactly don't have exactly the biggest margin ahead of the teams below us, we are still 3 points above all the other teams below us. Even if Everton win their game in hand, they're still going to be 3 points below us. So everything is just looking pretty good right now, and that also means we're only 1 point behind Leicester, but they have a game in hand. So hopefully they end up losing, just like how they're going to end up losing to us in the FA Cup final. But going back to this London derby, it was overall just another kind of performance, kind of like the one we did against Brighton. But obviously things were a little bit better. You know, we actually tried to attack, tried to make chances for ourselves, and the defense was obviously as good as it was. But the thing to take away from this game is that our attack was trying to, especially Timo Werner in particular, who was my man of the match. Timo was trying to get himself into different positions throughout that game. He was trying to make runs behind the West Ham defense, and he was obvious. He was just all over the pitch today, and he was one of the players that stood out for me in this game. He had a very good performance, even though there were times when he could have definitely scored another goal, like that one time when he was one-on-one with Fabianski and he just shoots it wide. But that's just a little bit of what happened in this game. But West Ham were very good defensively. They honestly just gave us so much of a hard time trying to get past them, and that goes the same with our defense. I thought our defense was also pretty good, so it was kind of weird seeing this like dichotomy, kind of, where it's like usually the other team's attack are better than their defense, but today it just seemed like we versed against a team whose defense was very sound, very good structurally, but their attack was just very lackluster. And our defense has, as it's always been since Tuchel came in, it's been immaculate. It's been very good, very tough. I have to give our defense. I can't give our defense enough credit for this game because we're always just like, especially now, but last season it was such a big problem before, where we were just like, oh, this defense, it's always been like the main issue or something like that. It's preventing us from winning cups, or it's been preventing us from winning games and sealing them. But our defense has honestly just been so good, and if you've seen a stat on Twitter, it's like saying we have the most clean sheets in Europe's top 5 leagues. So that just goes to show how good our defense was, and everyone. Our 3 center backs, Christensen, Silva, and Rudiger, were just very solid at the back. So I have to give them credit. But as it always is with our attack, you know, we're always trying to find the players who are best suited for our attack. We're doing different combinations, and I feel like Werner is definitely someone who works hard, and even though he doesn't exactly get what he wants, he's just gonna keep on working hard until he gets what he wants, and he definitely got what he wanted today. He got a goal. Very happy with him. He had a very big smile on his face when he scored. It just goes to show how much this actually means to him. And with that, I'm just going to get straight into the lineups and talk about what exactly happened in this game. So we had Mendy in goal, as we usually do. Mendy was actually tested a lot in the second half. And a little bit in the first. There were times when West Ham actually just took a few shots on us, very powerful shots, but Mendy was able to just keep it in his hands. And there was also times when I think one time when the ball just kind of came over into the heart of our defense, and no one was really there until Mendy was by himself, and he just had to kick it out. And that was just like, he had to be like a sweeper keeper in that moment. So I thought that was very promising from Mendy. Very good performance overall from Mendy. Keeps another clean sheet. Very good from him. Going to Christensen, Silva, and Rudiger. They were the 3 key center backs, and those are the 3 key center backs that have basically made up this new defense ever since Tuchel came in. Like, it's honestly been so impressive. I was very impressed in particular, though, with Rudiger. Rudiger was very solid today. He never let anyone pass him, and every time there was a ball in the air, he always won it. I can't give him enough credit because he was just absolutely, like, big in that entire game. Like, no one could get past him. Very hard to bypass him. He never made a foot wrong. Is very happy with his performance. And then I had to also congratulate Christensen and Silva, because there were times when West Ham were just kind of trying to like cut inside and trying to score on goal. But especially Christensen, there was one instance where he someone was like basically an on goal, but Christensen was able to just slide in and then get the ball, not even the man, just get entirely the ball and just keep it from West Ham attackers' feet. So that was very impressive from him. Silva, just this typical Silva performance, where he's just commanding the back line. Didn't really have much to do, but he was just there being the leader in the back as usual. So, and now we move on to the wing backs of Azpilicueta and Chilwell. I'm gonna go into Chilwell because he was the man who got the assist for Timo's goal, and that goal was very important. But the way that it was made was very. I'll get into how it was, but Chilwell just had to just find the right pass to give it to Werner, because it was a tough pass, because he had to obviously get it between the defense that was in front of him and the defense that was coming back to try to stop him from crossing. So he had to find that Goldilocks area and just give the ball there, and then he perfectly does it, executes it perfectly, and it's an easy tap in from Timo Werner to score and win us the game. So Chilwell has to be given so much props, and I'm gonna go into. I might as well just go into the incident involving Chilwell, where he got stomped on his calf, and then many people were arguing, "Oh, is it a red card or not?" I said in my watch along that it was a red card, like definite. But actually looking back and just giving myself enough time to think about it, it's debatable, and this is like there's no firm decision on whether this was or wasn't a red card, because the follow through does hurt Chilwell, and it's the same thing when you slide in, like if you're sliding in and then you win the ball, but then you tackle another person's leg, and then next thing you know, it's like they're basically out. It's the same scenario with Son and Gomez, where Gomez just completely went in. He won the ball, I think. I really hope I'm not making this a bad scenario to use, like as an example. So I think he wins the ball, but then next thing you know, Son's ankle is all screwed up, and next thing you know, he can't play. So in that Gomez ended up getting a red card. So I think it was also debatable in this scenario, because many people were saying that that the follow through couldn't have been prevented. He needed to step on Chilwell, but the only problem that I have with that is that he pushes him, digs in, he digs his studs into Chilwell, and that really hurt him. And I feel like you can't really give a pass on that. I feel like he definitely did follow through way too much than he needed to. He applied extra force, maybe because of anger or something like that. Well, I thought it was still a red card. My final decision is that I still think it's a red card. But we moved. So let me overall, Chilwell just had a very good game, assist wise, and he was just crossing in all the time, kind of like James, but Chilwell just kind of filled that position in for himself in this game. So going on to Asby, the same performance from him, commanding the team as usual. Having really nothing to say about him, only that I hope he does play against Real Madrid and starts for us, because we definitely need his presence as a captain to go against this tough team. And then going into Conte and Jorginho, the pivot that we don't really see often, but Kovacic is injured, so we see this now very often. Conte and Jorginho worked very good at times together. So Jorginho was always the one trying to get these passes going. He was always trying to want to distribute these balls, but there was often times when he would just play it back, and that kind of got me a little bit annoyed with him. And overall, that's all I really seen from this game. Didn't really get to see anything else, so it was just like a standard Jorginho performance. Conte, another standard performance from him. He would win the ball sometimes and then try to, especially at the end of the game, he tried to take on people for himself, but I just didn't see that enough from him today. So it was a little bit a dip in quality. Jorginho, I think I forgot to mention for Jorginho though. There was one instance where someone, I think Jorginho, from the heart of the midfield, just gave a cross overhead cross to Werner, and then Werner was in on goal. So whoever that was, I'm not sure if it was Jorginho, but if that was Jorginho, then that was a very good pass. I was very ecstatic by that pass. I thought Werner would have potentially scored or whatever. Going on to our attackers now, Mount, Werner, and Pulisic. They are actually a pretty good. Um, Actually, now that I think about it, because I talk about this a lot on my channel, and especially after the games, where I discuss like the different combinations in our attacks. And even though this looked very promising early on, I thought they actually linked up really well together. But the thing was that Pulisic and Werner, like, they don't necessarily work together. Pulisic just kind of like dribbles into the middle, and Werner's like the one who's always near the goal and is trying to make these runs and stuff like that. So, if I'm being honest, this is not the best combination. I very much liked Mount, Ziyech, and Werner, and Mount, Pulisic, and Havertz, and I did seeing these three play together. That's just my personal opinion. Pulisic and Werner, I thought didn't really work together as much as Pulisic and Havertz work together, or Werner and Ziyech work together. So that's just my personal opinion. Ziyech did eventually come on for Pulisic, and then there was like a little bit of a spark with Ziyech and Werner that could have worked together, and then obviously Ziyech and Mount were working together. Abraham had one chance to seal the game for us at the death, but then he misses it like from like basically like a meter, like a foot, a yard out or whatever. He was very close, and I thought he should have finished it. Don't know when he's gonna get another opportunity, because I felt like if he didn't miss it, then if he scored it, then that would have been good for him. But the fact that he missed it is, I think, a lot worse. So that is just my reaction on the game. Ziyech just had a standard performance when he came on. Didn't really do anything. He looked frustrated though when Abraham didn't seal the deal. So yeah, I really hope that I get to see Ziyech come on, because I feel like Mount, Werner, and Ziyech is honestly a very good combination, or Mount, Pulisic, and Havertz. So I really hope I see one of those two in the game against Real Madrid. So that is going to be my reaction to the game today. That is going to be my take on the players who played today for Chelsea, who got the 1-0 dub. So what do we take away from this game? Well, we are 3 points above fifth place, which is currently West Ham. We extend our gap. We extend the gap between the lower teams and the top four. There's still a handful of games left to play in the remaining games of the season. We still have Man City and Leicester to play. We still have an FA Cup final against Leicester, and it's just gonna be like, we're basically in it for the long run. We're still like promising to be in the top four by the end of the season, but I still feel like we're not gonna find out until the season is actually done. So this was kind of like a little test to see if we can actually make it to the top four this season. And now we won't find out until we actually go on and play every single game left in the Premier League. So the rest of the Premier League is going to be a little bit like weird, because we just have to keep on playing and hoping we can win these last 5 games. And then after they're all done, then we know whether or not we secure top 4. But I'm more focused right now on the Champions League, obviously, because it's a semi-final, and I'm going to obviously do another watch along to that. Hopefully you guys tune in. And that is just going to be my take on the game. So really happy with the performance, very happy for the 3 points. But I'm also happy that we got a win, because we definitely need to be in that mindset, that right mindset for Real Madrid. They're not going to be easy. Toughest game of the season, and we're just going to see how we do out there. So I've been your local Blue guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.